Select your character.
Okay, so here's what's happening. I would like to get Exort games, but I think right now, with the player base of that game at the moment, it may be impossible to get games within a reasonable amount of time. So I'm playing whatever is available to me between this game and Exort. As a dust. Oh, look at that! An FRC. First one in like 6 months, probably. Damn, then I drop a very simple loop. It's not a plus R combo. I think if nothing else survives through all this time, the one thing that will survive is the air throw muscle memory. Could also turn on Fight Cade for third strike. I think this guy is in, I want to say Brazil, but somewhere in South America. I think someone's on the CAD. No? Well, alright. Just go ahead with the assumption that he is very dead angle happy. This matchup always goes one of two ways. One is the Faust is familiar with moving around Zato and drills, and the other is the Faust is familiar with moving around Zato and drills, and those two tend to be exceptional indicators of how the match will go. Oh, look at that reach. You will not get off the pogo. Yeah, I didn't even get the jump off. Now that is normally very simple. You jump backwards, NFD, and you deal with all 3 doors, but you have to actually get the jump off for it to work, as it turns out. See a lot of stun, but Faust has pretty high stun rating.
Turn up the heat.
Bursts. I believe Eddie collided with Mini Faust the moment he returned from being a shark. I wonder if I know this person. He could do a bit of a better job killing puddles right now. It's kind of like the most obvious thing that can very easily be fixed. You can't do that when Eddie is out, sir. That is only a solo Zato moment. really that far away. I know his model like kind of pulls backwards during that. But I don't know if he actually changes his hitbox.
Zato versus Bow. Get ready to heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock. Duel 2. All or nothing. Duel 3. All or nothing.
That works. This is gonna get for radiant like hell though. This is gonna do no damage. Alright, never mind. That did a fair amount of damage. That's not good. I think he either tried to jump or he tried to do 6p, and that's not a. It was not slow enough for 6p to work.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock. It's not over yet.
It's better confirms than most Faust players online. I don't know how much that is saying much of anything. Which player do you prefer, Taito or Ogawa?
All or nothing.
Also, hello, I believe you are H2A. I think. The way that I look at those two players is I understand why Tights makes the decisions that he does in his gameplay. And so I like that I can look at him and go, yeah, that makes sense to do there. And so there's a lot of like conventional things to be learned that way. With Ogala, it's more like he's doing a lot of things, and I can't really tell sometimes why he goes for those things. But it probably makes sense that I try to incorporate what he does into my gameplay, despite not knowing why it works. And so it's like discovering things that I am not familiar with versus refining what I already know. That would be like the difference between those two when I look at their gameplay. I got my jump. I need to guess. Alright. And so if you ask, do I prefer watching one over the other? I probably prefer watching Ogala. Just in terms of the raw, like, knowledge absorption that can be done that way is greater than Tights.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
That didn't hit him. I think other Zato players also kind of fit within those categories as well. For example, like I think Top Garen would be more in the Tights category of like, yeah, I kind of see why he's making the choices that he does. Same with Marlin, I think. Although I haven't seen that much footage of him comparatively. The next one stuns, although it's not gonna matter. So, one sec. My little chat application seems to never work on the first try. I assume Zato becomes 10 times harder like that. Oh, he means the connection. It wasn't too bad. It was like playing to maybe Western Europe near the end. I found out why. I had my thing connected to the wrong channel. I legitimately have not seen this character in more than a year and a half, I think. I think you could punish that spinny special move. But I am oblivious as to how. Yeah, he has that move. There we go. Alright, that is simple enough. Just 2D. Zote is live. Hello. I've temporarily returned. Although I'm playing Plus R now. This guy is not punishing my very punishable moves, so I have free reign to do whatever I want. What's been up with you? I'm playing a game you should never play. That I've been playing, unfortunately. Called MapleStory. For the better part of 6 months. Mushroom Game is indeed really bad for you. All the good games out there I could have played. It is maybe the single worst I could have picked. It's the single worst game I could have picked. And they're making such obscenely bad choices with the development of the game recently that I don't know if I can keep playing, honestly. I am the default color Kai, by the way. It's been that way since Big Bang. Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't agree with what you're saying. I think the game has kind of become its own thing. And it is very different from when it used to be pre-Big Bang. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay, grab there. Actually use the what's it called? FB extender to increase his range to catch me. That's a thing I haven't seen before. Like normally he wouldn't have been able to continue that combo otherwise from that range. And I think that was one of the only things he could have done. That was kind of cool. it's not a good thing to mess up on. It's also not a good thing to mess up on. Yeah. I'm gonna restate now that my primary objective right now is to play Exord and not this game, but I think it's going to be impossible to constantly find games for Exord right now. At least 2K. Pretty sure you don't use greets ever in this game as a combo extender like that. Is there a reason why you don't just use the NorCal server to matchmake at these hours? For one, I didn't know that the NorCal server is active at this hour. And so if it is, then yeah, I should join it. Unless you mean like the WNF server for Exord, in which case I'm already in it. It's not a real combo in this game. Sorry, you can do that in this game. You can tech after getting hit by dead angle. From Kai's dead angle, specifically. Oh, he's got the ropes. That's not what I wanted. Now, why did I not get the block there? Called NorCal AFTC. Yeah, I've seen it before, and I've been in it before, but I was not aware that Exord was active there right now. If you need, I can send an invite. Yeah, please. That would be great. I'm pretty sure this is not a real... Maybe it is. I was gonna say not a real +R combo, because the greed sever, I believe, is very unpreferred to use due to the proration in this game. Could be wrong. Like, it has proration in Exord too, but you have other options in this game, I think. That's one way to get over 6H. Did you play any 2x KO? No, I was too busy with Maple Story. And even if I wasn't, I'm not really sure how much I want to play that game. let me join the server. I was wondering if there were any other servers that people were using for Xrd, so it is good to see there is something at least. Primarily this and Breadth server to a lesser extent. Main Chord and TXT also exists, but it's not as active as the first two. Now I get the desire to have your own community and your own rules for this kind of thing, but it has been one of my past goals with this game to make a central, like a truly central matchmaking hub for Xrd, and it has not occurred, unfortunately. As you can see. Because the, like, quote-unquote main server, or like some people want to call it, the Reddit server, has some pretty serious issues with moderation in the past. And by past I mean like before, I think, 2017 or so. Where I don't really know what happened, but it seems like the decision making that happened by that mod team led to that server becoming very unattractive for people to use as like the main server, despite it having all the other requirements to be that thing. So that's out of the question. And there was TXT, which had a lot of popularity for a time. There's a Breadth server, there's the Illuminati server, but unfortunately there is no central place to go, still, to this day. Because, you know, like, not every game, but a lot of games will have, like, just the one central server where everyone is in. And that is, like, the main place you can go to for games. But this game, unfortunately, does not have that place. So like my situation right now is I need to ping this NorCal server, I need to ping Breadth server, I need to ping the Illuminati server. And if I really want to, I could also ping like 3 more, but those would be the main 3 right now. I've had this discussion with you a couple times. Yeah. And at this point, it's I think it's purely too late to do anything about it. Or it's people just have their own groups that they play in, which is going to be inevitable. Like, there's always going to be small like circles of people that will not be in the main server if one exists. But still, it is a shame. Look at that, it's a guy I recognize from Korea. Still playing this game in 2025. It's kind of funny too, looking at this list of people playing plus R. So like, I recognize this guy. I recognize this guy. Like right now, I think it's only those two, but considering the number of people on in total, it's a small community.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock. Counter.
You know what I've been doing extremely recently is actually getting back into, technically, StarCraft 2 of all games. Because it's like the one game where... It's the one, like, popular esports game that I can handle playing without hating myself. And it still has, like, somewhat of a player base.
All or nothing.
And I think I really starve for that, like, active player base. Although I don't know if StarCraft 2 is exactly that right now. But you know, like, I'm not gonna find that in any fighting game that I am willing to play right now. You can't do that.
Turn up the heat.
In case you're wondering, no, I should not have done a drill on this stunned enemy.
Sato versus Faust. Get ready to rock. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
I think he gets stunned after this? No? Okay.
It's not over yet.
Gets stunned right away. I need maybe 300 games in me from this point until I get my internal stun meter back in place. Should have gotten on last night. Marlon Pai was fighting. I saw him, and that's why. It's partly why I'm on right now. It's because I just recalled that this game is kind of cool.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Until yesterday, my Steam page told me that I haven't played this game since May 10th. That's not good. I'm not gonna burst. Oh. What a confirm. Alright, you know what's coming. You have 1 HP, I have 50 meter, you're full screen. There's only one answer in that situation. I saw him playing versus I think it was the Mei that's in this room actually. It was Alec McGrail. I saw him playing versus the Mei, and I saw him playing versus one other character. And while it did remind me that this game is pretty cool, it was also a reminder that, man, the Ino matchup is so ass. I am the Orange Kai. That's a lot of damage. If he doesn't drop it. We are both dropping basic combos, so we are both on a equal playing field, basically. That doesn't work. It's a joy to see him play, even though his character might be a little fucked up. The character's fucked up, but good Ino play is very satisfying to see, at least. It's kind of like there are some characters you just don't want to see at a high level. And Ino's not quite there. Like, Ino is pretty enjoyable to see when it's being done with mechanical excellence, you know? There's not like a lot of Ino players that will show like really, really good mechanical excellence with a character. Big ways I could improve. I know I did a lot of non-sequitur, borderline, dartboard decision-making stuff. So here's the thing from a Zato perspective, okay? From the Zato perspective, that matchup is like it goes in one of two ways. One is I will just put things out, like drill, on the field, and the Faust will kill himself. And two is this Faust player is very familiar with the ranges and hitboxes of drill, and so I can't just put out drills and expect him to kill himself. Those are the two ways that matchup goes, okay? And you are kind of in the middle of the two, where I think like you realize you can't run into drills, and you have moves that will put you in that space that get you killed by drill. I think you realize this, which is good. And now you need to like really be absolutely 100% consistent with the fact that you cannot afford to run into drills and like get hit by drills using extended hurt box moves. And so very broadly speaking, that would be the most noticeable change in your gameplay that you could affect. More directly, or like more of an actionable thing you could do, is you need to start pressing 2K whenever you get hit by a far drill. Like, if you get hit by a drill, and I'm not in range to be able to punish it, like any far drill ever, you need to press 2K every single time. Do I? I think I lose. Yeah, I do. And so that 2K that you press after far drill will guarantee kill the puddle that spawns. And the Zato player will have no way to deal with it at all. And you'll recall, or even if you don't recall, if you look at your replays, you'll see a lot of places where I just did far drill, like whether it's out of a block string or out of Oki. I do far drill, you block it, and then I spawn Eddie under you. That is not safe for me to do. It's like a very free way to get pressure as the Zato player that is very undeserved, that you should not let him get away with. So how did he mash out a stun so quickly? I do not have a specific method, so I can't really tell you other than you press the keys really fast. You press the keys really fast without overlapping the buttons, which is the difficult part. If you notice, like if you just randomly mash, and you go into training mode or whatever, and you look at your inputs that you're making, you'll probably notice that there are a lot of overlapping inputs. And those are not so good for the purposes of mashing out a stun. No bursts. Good morning. Hello. This is you'll notice that this is not Mushroom Game. Fine. Alright. I'm kind of confused on how I can comfortably get over drill and not be hit. Air dash just feels best, so there we go. Oh, I think I mashed into an observe. Love some Guilty Gear content. I wish I had liked Strive, but no matter how hard I tried, I could not like Strive. I think they're still releasing new characters for that game. Let's see.
Here comes Daredevil. Please select your character.
Lucy joins the roster today, August 21st. So I'm assuming there are still more characters in the season pass.
Let's rock.
I'm too far, yeah. I need a very deep dash on that last 2H. Gotta die here. Yeah. I wonder as well, to solve more player side issues, how do you go about that? Did I not block there? What do you... By player side issues, do you mean... Oh. Hold on. Okay. I am making a room. By player side issue, do you mean things that don't have to do with interacting with your opponent? Like having your step play down, basically?
Zato versus Sol.
My Faust is close enough to there, but my player really isn't. Will this slow down or use my head more? Or, oh, I think you mean the opposite, where you have the single player down, but you're not sure how to go about like the player versus player side, right?
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Yeah, things like my decision-making, fundamentals, etc.
Duel 2. Turn up the heat.
We need to blitz here. That was not a blitz. Just realizing where I'm being kind of slow and refusing to change. Okay, so what you're asking about is the harder part of fighting games. And I can't really give you I can't prescribe you a actionable thing that you can do to improve this. Other than, you need to be looking at replays of both yourself and of players better than you for the objective of changing your decision making to be more aligned with that of the players that you're watching. So I'm gonna say that one more time. You're watching your replays and the replays of your opponents, or not your opponents, but the players that are better than you, that are playing your character, for the purpose of aligning your decision making to be more close to that of the player you're watching. So the thing you are not doing here is you're not making judgments of whether your play was correct or incorrect. And you're not making judgments of whether the player you're watching is making judgments that are correct or incorrect either. What you're doing is purely changing what you're doing and changing your decisions to be closer to that of the guy you're watching. Because you're not really at the stage, or I assume you're not really at the stage, where you can determine that kind of thing by yourself with like pretty good efficiency. And so the only thing you can really do without someone else watching behind your back while you do this in real time, because that's not the case, the only thing you can do is what I said before. And when you do this, you want to be doing it in a way where it's like,
Heaven or hell. Duel 1.
imagine a scenario where you are watching a Faust player play versus Zato. And like, just for the sake of an example, let's say the Faust player in the replay blocks Zato's to us from like the tip of its range. When something like that happens, and you don't really know what you would do, that you know for sure is optimal to do in that situation, you need to maybe literally pause the replay at that point. I can't combo this. You need to maybe pause the replay at that point and say, okay, if it were me in this situation of blocking to us at this range, I would have done this. And then you play the replay and see what the player does. And if the player does something different that was not the thing that you chose, then that is where the sauce is at, you know? Because that's where you can make a adjustment. And notice again, there's no judging of, I think what I did was right, or I think what this player did was right. There's nothing of that nature here. It's purely just comparing what you would do versus what this other player is doing, and then making adjustments. Because that, like, anyone can do, right? So unless you have someone live watching with you to tell you what, to tell you whether your decisions are good or bad, whether you have something like that with you, which you probably don't with this game, That is kind of the only thing you can do.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
My 2P did not come out. DT, no DT. There's one thing you can do. That sounds about right. Seems so far. I've just watched Nage for tech stealing and not how he thinks. Raised on combo videos, not setting the replays. The tech part is the more fun part, unfortunately. Oh, it's actually a really good choice there to do 6H. Like, I've seen my replays before and just, wait, why you do that? You block pot 6H, HFB.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1.
Yeah, there needs to be that, and also something to compare it against that you know for sure is like a guaranteed thing that is good to do. And it's not always going to be the guaranteed thing that's good to do. Like even players like Nage will sometimes make decisions that are not completely 100% optimal, right? Because no one that plays fighting games will ever be 100% of the time. But the point here is that even if you replicate what Nage is doing completely and in its entirety, you will at least be as good as Nage, right?
Turn up the heat.
That's not a recommended move to use there. That was DP-able, by the way, just now. A lot of those close draw setups for Oki are not actually DP safe, which is highly unfortunate for Zato. Like, he just recovers too slow a lot of times. It has to be super meaty, and I can't always get that to be the case. What? What? In my humble opinion, that was bullshit. He likes to block low. It's unfortunate. Okay.
Duel 3. Turn up the heat.
That was a IK angle, by the way. This also explains why I play like a psycho half the time. I'm just trying to psych them out so I don't gotta do the hard part. They X themselves.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
What was that? That is a good representation of not having the proper muscle memory.
Duel 2. Turn up the heat.
So I don't know if anyone watching has noticed, but there's a difference in the way that this Soul is playing neutral right now compared to the first few games. And I think this person has noticed that there is a problem with the way neutral is being approached, and so something has to change.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh nice, still still got the muscle memory for that route. My, what buttons you have? What buttons you have with such large hitboxes?
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
See, that is like pretty obviously unsafe to DPs. But there are definitely less obvious cases that are also unsafe.
Duel. Two. Keep on rocking.
That's right, you like to block low.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
You do not use Fafnir there, as that makes the combo uncomboable from that point.
Duel. Two. All or nothing.
That's also unsafe to DPs just now.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Would you consider yourself a real low-tier god? No, for the simple reason that I have not won any notable tournaments yet. I don't know if I streamed after Frosties, but I did go to Frosties, and I made 13th place at Frosties, which was not as good as I had hoped I would do. Coming soon though, inshallah. Next Frosties seems very unlikely for me, unfortunately. I know registration has opened a few days ago.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
There's one brave 6p. Okay, you gotta do the CS 6p route there at the end. Alright, there we go. It was like 7 or so.
Duel 2. Turn up the heat.
I noticed, by the way, in the past, when I did that kind of thing, of like 5p, run up 5p, run up 5p, I noticed that some people, not the majority, but some people would get very upset at me for doing that, and I don't think I'm morally in the wrong for doing that. And the reason I do that against people that I am already winning against very heavily is kind of as a wake-up call of like, hey, you are blocking too much, and you need to do something, or I can do this kind of thing on you.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1.
And I think it works very well as that tool. That's not what I want. What a JP.
Duel 2. Turn up the heat.
It's borderlining between advanced VM and ultimate sportsmanship. I think on that spectrum, it's closer to BM than Ultimate Sportsmanship, but you're right. It is just somewhere in between. How dare you? How dare you kill Eddie? Oh. I should have killed here. Oh.
Duel. Turn up the heat.
What a block. That was not a mix I would have guessed. All that meter on YRC just to get 6 speed in the corner.
Heaven or hell. Duel. 1. Let's rock.
I noticed on SteamDB, this game, last time I checked, which was like last year or so, it used to be at like around 150 or so people, peak concurrence daily. And I noticed, I think it was like at under 100 nowadays, which is kind of the fated end of any game that doesn't get support, but I think at this point the only thing that would revive the player base count is like if the game gets some sort of development from this point on, whether it's like a Rev 2.2 balance patch, which is not going to happen, or like they add some more quality of life features to it. It's that, or the game just gets like insane grassroots support on a nearly never seen before scale, like Smash. And I don't really see either of those happening, to be quite frank. But I did see that Ref Tuesday is still going pretty strong, I think. Smite all combo, yeah. And this game also has the benefit of all the Strive players and the Riot Fighting Game players that used to play this game will always be part of the player base, somewhat. So there is that benefit, kind of. Alright, you know what time it is. I have meter, and you're full screen. And you're 1 HP. Now, Zato is not the best player, the best character to be doing this with. Because I can't really reliably frame trap from 5P. Because 5P, 5H technically is a frame trap. I think it's 3 frames if you don't IB. But it is very unreliable due to the way it works. Like if you're a little bit too far away, you'll have a gap that's larger than 3 frames, which is not good for me. I noticed this a lot when I used to play before, and I'm still noticing it now. And it's that usually when you have this kind of set, where I'm just kind of running over the player with my like very subpar offense as solo Zato, the problem tends to be that the player is just too reactive and trying to look for things to react to. And I think that's also what's happening here.
All or nothing. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
See, it's so tempting to jump when you see that close girl in front of you. And unfortunately for you, I know that it's so tempting to jump in that spot. Yeah, that should not be a up dust in the corner.
私は知っている。力に限界がなく、力にできる限界はある。まあどうでもいい。
Heaven or hell.
There's still no game that passes the time quite as fast as Xrd. Last one, alright. Oh, I don't know what he did. I don't think he pressed the stomp move.
All or nothing.
Oh, okay. That was not what I wanted, but GG's. Okay. Good games. If you care to hear my thoughts,
Who dares to enter the Soul Blaster? Arena 1. Soul.
Zato has no plus on block buttons by himself that are not 2K or 5H. And you'll notice that 5H is not exactly a tool that he will use to try and rebuy pressure with, right? So the only thing he really has is 2K, and 2K is, I believe, plus 2 or plus 3, but I think it's plus 2. No, hold on, it is plus 3, yeah. So this is plus 3. Actually, what am I doing? You just press this thing. Okay. This is plus 3. But he doesn't have any other button that for him is plus. So this is minus, this is minus, this is minus, this is 0, this is very minus. And so yeah, anything that's like 2P, or even like drill is 0 on block, so I can't really dash in and do things again afterwards. And if I try and do something like drill into, say like, even this, you can, if you're close enough. Oh, I guess you can from this range, but like basically I can't do this. Or I try and dash in after doing the drill, and I'm doing a lot of this kind of thing in game. Any sort of summon that's not this, or any sort of summon that isn't this specifically, is going to have a very big gap that you can mash out of. So if it's like, for example, this kind of thing, you are always going to be able to mash out of it. And again, the only exception is if I use 5H or 2H. So this is a frame trap. Oh. See, because I used an H button, right? If I do H or 2H and then summon, things are a little bit more dicey. But if I do any other button, like 2S, 2K, 5P even, you are being scammed. So yeah, that's that is on the defensive side. For neutral, you'll notice a lot of things where I'm like kind of like doing this kind of thing at this range. Set up again, like at this range, right? Where it's just out of 2S range. I can't quite hit it with Far Slash, and so I'm constantly balancing this range right here with Eddie. And so what I'm trying to do there is I'm trying to get you to press a button so that I can go in during your recovery and hit you with the poke. And so it's just it ends up being RPS of, well, do I think he's going to go in or do I think he's going to wait? And if I'm waiting, I can't really wait forever because of the gauge that Eddie has. Like, I can't just do this for the entire game. And so I need to make a decision at some point of like, okay, I'm gonna do like this move and try to go in like this. But it really ends up being RPS in the end. It's like, do I think he's gonna do like there's no invincible catch-all option that Zato has with Eddie. There's always gonna be some point where you can mash and kill Eddie, right? So it's just up to you to find out where that is. A lot of times also, you'll be put in this situation. Oh. Let's put this in the corner. And this makes you very, 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 not you specifically, but this makes people in general very, very trigger happy to either jump or IAD. Because you can't press a button. If you press a button, you're going to get hit by the drill. If you wait there, you're giving me like plus like 60 advantage because I can just do whatever I want. And so it feels natural to want to do something else. And the only thing you can do is jump. But if you jump, the problem then is I have this move lined up to do 2H, which covers a very big range, and if you do anything like press a button in the air or anything at all in the air, you're probably going to get counter hit. And so as much as it sucks, that kind of situation is one that you kind of just have to hold for the most part. And it's like, okay, this is a thing that Zato earned, I guess. So it's like, don't try and make things happen from this part. In general, though, Zato is a hard character to practice against because the character is so uncommon. So I understand the frustrations that people have. Maybe super jump Kodakiro. At that point, you're committing super hard, as you can see. Like, what if I just don't press 2H? So again, it just ends up being a RPS situation. I'd like to play either one of these two, but I think they're not going to get up. If that replay takeover ever comes out, then I'll have no excuse not knowing the matchup. I know that the guy that made the frame bar that I'm using was still working on some stuff. I don't know if he is the one making that, but would be nice. For sure. That's not what I want. See a different person? Oh, I see. So the more I play Plus R, the realization is I don't mind playing this game at all, like, over Xrd, but the problem is, like, the problem becomes very clear that I just don't enjoy playing versus Zappa in particular. And so the moment I see Zappa, my desire to play the game drops unbelievably. And it's not like Xrd doesn't have those characters too, but the scale is just different when it comes to Zappa. Nice, right. I think you cannot do 3 loops on Potemkin. Man, that better not kill. Okay, it didn't kill. Oh, okay, that's too slow. I think I can't do. I think I can't mash there though. Like if he does that, what is it, like 2K, 2S? I keep doing, what's it called? The Mega Fist into RC. I don't think I can do anything before the RC.
Heaven or hell? Duel. One, let's rock.
That is brutal. That is not a confirmed you would see in Xrd. I'm kind of screwed. Okay, that was not heavenly. There we go. Oh, I should have died. Am I dead? I'm not. Now I am. Who thought it would be a good idea to give this character an overhead? Like 6k? Love to see the pot 6p on block. Yeah, he's done more than one for sure. That's not a 2p. That's also not a 2p. That doesn't work. Okay, that's not what I intended to do. I thought he would do something, but I didn't know it was gonna be flick. I thought he would like jump and do something, so I wanted to DP his air move. Get me out. Can I do this? I can. Okay. It's not low enough to go under Hammerfall, I see. I might die here. I'm kind of shocked that I somehow won that match. That actually hit him. The JH from behind. He crossed up. Exerkai would never. Yeah, I'm getting fucked up by the 6k right now. It's not a real combo in this game. Can't do 2-3-6D as a combo extender. Oh. Could I have extended there? I wonder. If I were an actual plus R Kai player, could I have extended there? It would be sick if I could. It's not a real combo. I can't punish there after blocking. Damn. Yeah, I think if I played this game before Xrd, like as my first Guilty Gear, I probably would see no issue preferring this over Xrd. It's just a matter of which one did I play first, but now there are no rooms. Damn you Koreans being able to play Japanese with little to no lag. I think I was playing this guy, right?
Heaven or hell. Duel. Let's rock.
Okay, yeah, you are more of a pest than an Xrd, I recall now. Damn, I was a little too late on the jump. I should know the frame data on his buttons, but unfortunately I do not. Like, it'd be nice to know what 3P is, if it is 3P in this game, the input. I'm pretty sure they're all minus. Somehow my muscle memory for FRC Lightning has been unaffected by time, and I'm not sure why. It's like everything else, or almost everything else, seems to have been degraded significantly, but that one I'm getting pretty consistently somehow. Like even throw FRC, I'm messing up a lot more than I would like to right now. Maybe it's for the best that Pot and Axel are gutted. Pot and Axel are... I don't know so much about Axel, but Pot is kind of the character where you don't want to... you don't really want to see dominating tournaments, I think. Like, unfortunate as it is for people who do play the character, there just are some character archetypes that you don't really want to see over and over and over to no end. Like, as much as people hate on Johnny, for example, I think Johnny is a relatively good type of character to see represented a lot in tournament play. Oh, close. Looking at you, Strive. Yeah, I know. I know. For some time, Pot was really good in Strive. I think like just maybe like 2 years ago. I think it was when I still was playing a lot of Xrd. Is he still good in Strive? Oh, still really good. He's top 1 right now. Oh, jeez. Where is my 2K? Yeah, top 1 Pot in Guilty Gear is kind of grim, I must say. Challenge declined. There are some cool things you can do with Pot, like in every version of the game, like before Strive at least. There legitimately are cool things that make for good tournament moments with the character. But it's so... it feels so bad to play against. Or like, it feels so bad to play against, but more importantly, it just like... I don't know that a Potemkin match is something that you want showcased to people who don't know that much about the game. This is a little too laggy for me, senor. What mod puts the ping number in the room? This is one of... I forgot the guy's name, which is Graveston. I apologize. But it's by the same guy that made the frame bar. I think if I type this in Twitch... Mod pack? Is it? Yeah, there we go. So this is a compilation of all of the useful mods for the game. And let me just pull it up here. Okay. So the most recent version has these 5. And it in particular is, I believe, this one here. So all you need to do is double click this, press enter, and then find your executable, and then it'll just patch the game automatically. It's also a little too laggy for me. 200 ping. Oh, that's all. Okay. That's all there is. I guess I will just wait here then.
Train. Who dares to enter the mayhem? Saurina. Johnny.
He also has the thing where some characters are just mechanically satisfying to play on, and Johnny definitely, I think, is one of them. Where it's like, can I do this on Zato? I don't think I can.
Johnny.
Or maybe I'm just screwing up. Yeah. I guess combos in a lot of scenarios just feel really nice to do. And there's not really anything that replicates that feeling elsewhere. I don't know a lot of like in-depth Johnny stuff, obviously, but if it weren't for this movement that he has, I can see myself playing the character a lot more. It's kind of this limitation that he has, quote-unquote limitation that he has. It's kind of the one thing that makes me not want to play as much. I also really don't mind, like I know I just said that about Johnny, but I really don't mind Bedman's movement as much. But the problem I had with Bedman was there's a lot of that really bad feeling that you get when you play Bedman of the thing that I did that should be benefiting me is coming back to screw up my execution. And the prime example of this is Task A, where like you have this really amazing setup that you're doing, and like technically you should be taking account of Task A coming back, but because I'm not a true Bedman player, I can't do that. And so whenever like I get a cool opportunity to do a confirm or a combo, Task A just comes back and it ruins the moment too frequently. And it's like, yeah, if I were a better Bedman player, I can use that to my advantage, but as a non-Bedman player, it just feels too bad to play casually. His limitation as he dashes over my 2k, yeah. It's a quote-unquote limitation. You see that? You see this? This is Elphelt does not get hit here, by the way. She is perfectly safe after this moment. One guy has left. Oh, it's a light blue square. Alright. I'll do like 5 games. I don't enjoy playing Zato when the person is new to the game. Which, if you see me play before, you'll know I will switch characters a lot. Just empty jumped into throw. You can't do that. Oh, you know what it is? I'm getting screwed because of the timing differences between plus R in this game with Axel. I was playing versus plus R Axel like 5 minutes ago. That's why my blocks weren't blocking properly. Run up 6k. You cannot do that down follow-up on Zato, or most characters. After 2k hours of Bedman, Task A still fucks up my routes. Yeah, I can see it happening. But you see what I mean, right? Of like, if you were like the impossibly optimal, like if you just literally never made mistakes with the character, you should, in theory, be able to use all of that to your advantage. But I don't think anyone ever does actually do that. Raw throw into nothing. think if he runs us there, he just beats my drill. Like, he has enough time. You should not do that full screen. You cannot parry the drills, and they're also low, not high. You get stuff off it, but there will really just be times where you have to account for it to deal with the same reward. Yeah.
Heaven or hell.
There's no character quite like Batman in that regard, I think. Like, even more than... Probably more than Zato. Where Zato is like... Oh, it was like 2 pixels away from being able to do my confirm. That kind of feeling. Batman is like that plus all these other things that make the character feel unpleasant sometimes. Which, again, I'm sure you can play around to some extent. But as a non-main of the character, this is a negative experience, Daisuke. Like, Daisuke, why is my 2D... Why can't my 2D be like 3 pixels longer on Zato? That's all so many issues. Oh. That didn't land. He's actually dealing with neutral in like not like a terrible way, which I'm kind of surprised by.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh. No DP.
Duel 2. Keep on rocking.
I think he wanted to throw. He would do so much better if he stopped air dashing forwards and just kept his position.
Axel versus Zato. Get ready to rock. Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
I might have been minus on hit there on the air throw because the throw interrupted the tech, the untech time. I might actually have been punishable in that state, which is crazy. It's like I think like Reload Chip has that, where if he does a grounded throw, he's punishable by 3 frames. No DP. Not a single DP so far in that situation.
Axel versus Zato. Get ready to rock. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Yeah, I wanted 1 hit at least. Sorry, you are the empty low man. You do not like to press buttons in the air in that situation.
Keep on rocking.
Next one just done. There we go. Does Axel even get much reward for I-8ing like that usually? He gets to do JS, JH. If he can get like a JD in there. Like if he just does JHD, he gets a launcher, and he can do like a he can like land into a proper combo and get a lot of damage, but typically not really, no. Walk up throw in that situation. Just play jam. There's a DP. He's resorted to jumping a lot right now, and it is not going to work out. I think as much as people give Zato 2H a lot of shit, like it's very punishable, there's a lot of recovery, very big hurt box. It is like, it is kind of hard to try and get someone to realize and execute upon the effect. So like I can understand why people have difficulties with it sometimes. Because you really do have to look for it still. Like as bad as it is of a move. And when you just get hit by it over and over like this, it feels like a really good anti-air, but it I promise you it is not. I promise you it is very, very difficult for me to do that in real games at a higher level. Let me know how was your day today. My day was excellent, thank you. I went to a local bakery today and found it was an Italian bakery, and they have some very excellent cannolis, and they were on sale. I-80 again. Come here. Yeah, you can't do that. I can't do that. Actually, I don't know if I can do that on Axel period. I should try that out again later. That I-80 route after Buzzsaw on a standing opponent, you can do it on tall characters like Johnny in Soul, where the JS will just barely hit their head. But some characters you cannot. He also keeps doing 6k at a very close range, and I think he wants to do something else, probably. It's fine with me. Oh. You have no resources to deal with this. See, that's a thing he could have confirmed off of for a lot of damage. That JH, that 5H. That's not what I want. You can do 2D. You can do 2D Amorphous for confirm, and you should a lot of times. But sometimes it is pretty hard. Do you still use the Hitbox Ultra? Yes, I do. In fact, I don't have my thing set up properly right now, but I am using the Ultra right now. One more for stun. Alright, here's the stun if I didn't drop that. Are you using standard buttons or something custom? I'm using the ones that came with the Ultra, so we'll see here on cam, hopefully. And I also just used Sunwas on my old hitbox. But before that, when I used to play on a lever, I did play on a full set of gamer fingers. And I think the gamer fingers felt more similar to the ones I'm using right now on the Ultra compared to the Sunwas. And I'm kind of not feeling the standard buttons. I was thinking of getting something else.
私の知るか
So if you mean
Axel versus Zato.
if you mean Senwa's by standard, then these are not standard because they are like sound dampened buttons or like silent buttons, I guess. But if you do mean these, then yeah, you'll have to find something else on your own. MT jump throw. The best thing you can do is if you can find like a button tester anywhere. I'll pull up a screenshot of what I'm talking about later, but if you can find like a local place that sells arcade parts, which I know for a lot of areas that is just not a reality, but if such a thing exists, that'll be the #1 thing to do. Like, just try everything out first. If you can't do that, then like, if you can just try as many different types of buttons as you can at a local or tournament, that'll be like the second best thing you can do. Because you really can't tell what will be good for you until you try it out yourself. No amount of reviews will help you in that regard. So let me try and find this thing real quick. What was it called? Here it is. So what I'm about to pull up is from a Korean brick and mortar store for arcade parts. As you can see here, where it just has like every type of button and lever you can possibly think of on a single board. But obviously, most places in the US especially are just not going to have access to this kind of thing, right?
Good luck. Axel versus Zato. Get ready. Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
He was doing much better there because he was not jumping as much. The jumping is causing a lot of issues.
Duel 2. All or nothing.
The next one stuns. And if you can't find this, if you can't find a parts store, most people should be willing to just let you try out their controller. Hopefully, like just at a locals or a tournament nearby. But I really do think it is absolutely necessary to try them out in person before you buy them.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
He is unfortunately back to jumping. So let me see if I can.
Keep on rocking.
Oh no, I can't do this with the filter. I have to just. Or can I? No, I can't.
Axel versus Zato. Get ready to rock.
I'm gonna have to physically move my webcam, which I cannot do right now.
Let's rock.
Please go back to 5Ps and Renzems at full screen, please. I mean, this is also partly an issue of just not having the confirms down, because he is legitimately getting a lot of pretty good knockdowns. But those knockdowns he's getting are not netting him the damage and the OK that he should be getting. Because all he does is hit into whiffed 6k and nothing happens. When it should have been like 160 damage and a knockdown. Close to stun. RTW has joined the room.
Axel versus Zato. Get ready to rock. Heaven or hell. Duel.
I was about to go to sleep, but if he is in line, then we will play a set.
Turn up the heat.
赤いいかがどれ終わりですか優秀だおっとこれはまずい終わりですか
Damn. RCing there for a negative reward. Alright, I don't know if you can hear me, but if I win, this may be a one and done. Just telling you right now. Okay.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock. Duel. Turn up the heat.
This is not what I wanted. That was a IK jump scare.
Duel. 3. Turn up the heat.
Yeah, it goes. The CJH is a button. Yeah, it is a button of all time.
Dizzy. Versus Zaki.
Oh, you know what? I think I have... I'm pretty sure I have IK bound to my extra button above my normal keys. That's why. I'm pretty sure I accidentally pressed that.
up the heat. It's not over yet. ミリオ
I felt this for a while, but I think in this matchup, Zato. I think the risk reward is not in my favor in neutral.
Let's rock.
I think.
そこですそこです引きません挑戦戦そこですそこです楽にそこです
Like that looks really bad, that neutral just now for Zato. And it is kind of bad. But Zato has drill. And drill, like in theory, should be able to deal with this if I take the right risks. Yeah, it feels bad. I think I also did get the second blitz off there. I did tap blitz twice, and it's meant to catch the dizzy button on the second one. But I think I did it too early, maybe. Unfortunate.
Dizzy versus Zato. Get ready to rock. Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock. 2. Keep on rocking.
first time.
We've got a new Dizzy versus Zato. Get ready to Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock. We've got a new
If it were not for Zato extending his hitbox, that would have been safe.
Duel 2. All or nothing. Counter. Dizzy versus Zato. Get ready to Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Anticlimactic.
すまない
Dizzy versus Zato. Get ready to rock. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
引きませんよ引きません Counter. Counter.
ネクロやめて。
深刻じゃない深刻苦しみ引きま苦しみ
やめて。
引きま深刻じゃない深刻じゃない
やめて。
引きま深刻じゃない引きませんよリミットが近い
Not over yet.
やめ全部引きませんよそこで全部
やめて。
こいつはスロースターターなんだよ
Duel. Keep on rocking.
そこですそこです
危ない。
苦しみ苦しみ引きませんよ苦しみ引きませんよ殺しすぎ
じゃからん。
In that particular string so I was doing a dead angle input, and there was a gap there, which means I can also blitz, but it doesn't guarantee that he'll be rejected.
Let's rock. Duel. Turn up the heat. Duel. 3. Keep on rocking.
He should have actually killed there. He had full meter. I'm pretty sure he kills there, usually.
じゃからん。
Dizzy versus Zato. Get ready to rock. Heaven or hell. Duel. 1. Let's rock. Duel 2. Keep on rocking. 3. Turn up the heat. It's not over yet.
See, like, the moment I have a HP advantage like that, and I'm back in neutral, I have so much more leverage as Zotha because, like, so many small hits can be made without you. But, like, trying to get that knockdown is so brutal.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
So now he's gonna try and get in, I think. No, he's just gonna wait. Okay. It's my stun. No, we're very close. In fact, I should have RC'd because, well, number one, it would have killed, but number two, it would have stunned too.
Duel 2. Keep on rocking. all or nothing.
Alright, that's the end. Where is it? Oh, I'm not the room host, that's why. Okay. GG's. The changes I have to make to... Oh, you were here. It's good to play you again in a very long time. The changes I have to make are I need to... Number one, I need to actually get those strings into training mode so I don't start so I don't troll every one of those blocks when you do the IED back. That's number one. Number two is I think I need to abuse your bubbles more in neutral because those are like very weird conditional hitboxes that don't really exist until you commit more to them. So I think I need to Unga Bunga harder on them. Probably. Because like this matchup doesn't get solved unless I get in somehow at some point. And I can't do that unless it's at that point, I think. But that is it for me. I don't know if I'm I don't know if I'm playing this game more, so to be honest, I'm on a very small one-day break from Mushroom Game, and that's the only reason I'm here right now. But if I am playing this game, ever, I'll probably stream it, so I'll hopefully see you all again.